table of contents here. The magazine is fairly brittle, so I have to be fairly careful with it. But as you can see, the Black Flame appears right at the top. And going on down the list, we see a science fiction Hall of Fame story by D.D. Sharp entitled The Eternal Man. This story appeared earlier in Thrilling Wonder stories, and it is probably, or at least I believe, it is the first story, science fiction story, to be inducted into any kind of science fiction Hall of Fame. We also have a relatively lackluster story by Eando Binder, which is a pseudonym for Earl and Otto Binder, entitled Science Island. A pictorial history of Albert Einstein's life, a guest editorial about the future of technology by Otis Adelbert Klein, who was a contemporary and some say a competitor of Edgar Rice Burroughs. Personally, I think he's just as good, though different, than Burroughs. A piece by Weisinger called Thrills in Science, which it becomes a regular feature of thumbnail sketches of scientists who made major contributions. A review of the era's fanzines, the letter column, The Ether Vibrates, a science crossword puzzle, a science quiz, and a tribute, eulogy, I guess you'd call it, to Weinbaum. The cover is an illustration of the Binder story called Science Island, and it's by Howard V. Brown, who came over from Astounding Stories. And the interior illustrations, which are mostly found in the Black Flame, are also black and whites by Brown. Here's the title pages for the Black Flame, and you can see this is the main character and the city of the future. There is the Black Flame herself. That's Connor and the Black Flame leading legions of the mutants in revolt against the Master. Here is Irene and Thomas Connor in his futuristic getup, complete with ray gun. Irene's brother, the Master, a medallion and profile, like a Roman coin. And here is a full-page illustration of Connor shooting the Master to no effect. Please note that although he has leggings, in the future apparently guys are wearing skirts. So it wasn't Life magazine in the 60s that predicted that for the future. It goes all the way back to at least 39. The caption on the picture says, "The Master sat without change of expression, uninjured." Note that we've got guardsmen with swords. And here is another illustration, half-pager. These are all by Howard V. Brown, by the way. They're looking at a vision screen at an aerial view of the city of Herbs Minor. And another brown illustration. Don't make constipation worse and with harsh, nasty laxatives. Seems like they're still running laxative ads in just about every magazine. Here's an illustration of an amphimorph, an amphibious creature. The creation of a new sea in the Sahara Desert. And, we're getting sparse on illustrations at this point. Preview of The Impossible World by Ian Binder. Oh, I meant to show this and went right by it. Man can now talk with God, says noted psychologist. Seems like we're still not free of the unscientific, even in science fiction magazines dating back 70 years ago, which is not that surprising. The fact that such stuff is now predominant on television and throughout American society 70 years later, in the year 2010, is a bit distressing. Sorry for the editorial, but that's the way I feel. Filler illo of some kind of robotic creature looking out the window of a spaceship. And filler ad for Binder's